revise mains GS and optional subjects parallelly after writing the preliminary exams?
See, once you clear your prelims, and once you are done with your prelims, you have very less time for your mains. So you hardly have time between 3 to 4 months. So these 4 months are the most crucial months of your entire preparation, even before what you study for prelims. So these 4 months will determine whether you are clearing this exam or not. If at all you are clearing, which service you will be in. So balancing optional and mains is how you balance both mains and optional is one of the important aspects. So the first thing that we all have to do is, I would advise all aspirants to do is prepare a schedule on how you are going to address each and every topic that UPSC has listed in the notification, in the syllabus. Okay. So there will be many topics which we usually overlook. Okay, we spend so much time on world history, medieval history, modern history and all, but we hardly see 2 questions from it. Okay, practically speaking. But when it comes to governance, okay, all you need to do is maybe study 2 or 3 ARC reports and spend some 1 or 2 days time studying different reports of the government. But you will easily get 7 to 8 questions. So how you strategize your preparation, how smart is your preparation will determine how much you score in moments. So don't do hard work, but you have to do a lot of smart work. Yes. So disaster management, again there will be 2 questions. It is as good as studying entire world history. Focusing on disaster management will only take 1 day for you. Reading ARC report and then maybe preparing notes on different types of disasters like earthquakes, floods, tsunami. That will you will be in a good position to answer any of the question on disaster with 1 day's effort. But whereas world history it will not be done even if you read for 10-15 days. So you need to strategize, or you need to be very smart in picking those subjects or a particular aspect of syllabus which you are targeting. That is how I prepared for GS mains. But when it comes to optional, most of your time in those 4 months you should dedicate to optional. That is my personal opinion. But people might have different opinions. But in my opinion, if you are not strong in your optional, you are out of the race. Okay, so there is no way in which you can clear UPSC examination without having strong hold on optional. So that is the first thing. So first you should list down what are my priorities or what are the things that I should be perfect at. So immediately after prelims, if at all it has to be one thing that I should be perfect at, it has to be optional. It should be optional. Otherwise, if I am not perfect in my optional, then there is no point how much ever I score in GS mains or essay. I won't be in a position to clear it, or at least it becomes very difficult for me to clear it. So GS mains is something like, if you don't put effort, you might get 90 marks. If you put good effort, you might end up with 100, 105 marks. So the difference is 10-15 marks for a good effort and a bad effort. But for optional, it's not the case. You can get as high as 150 marks if you put a very good effort. If you don't put effort, it will be somewhere around 50 or 40. So that's the difference we're talking about. So if at all there is one priority after prelims, it has to be optional. So spend most of your time on optional. What are the time that you get apart from spending optional, that you have to focus on mains. So ideally it shouldn't be 50-50. I would rate maybe 70% for optional and 30% for mains. And within that 30%, you have to again be smart. As I said, you shouldn't spend 30% of the time for more modern world history. Okay, the world history carries as equal weightage as post-independence India. So post-independence India hardly takes 1 day. Okay, so you have to be very smart. So studying about intellectual property rights, studying about cyber security. So these are the issues which we generally neglect. We usually tend to go with the traditional sources like polity, studying Lakshmikant and all. But that will not fetch marks in mains. If you are smart, there are other areas where you can score. So you have to focus those areas in trying to maximize your marks in the shortest possible amount of